With water use having grown at more than twice the rate of population increase in the last century, and with South Africa being a water-scarce country, Sappi has entered into a water stewardship agreement with WWF South Africa. It is aimed at improving the water security in the uMkhomazi catchment area, which forms a part of the South African Drakensberg strategic water source area in KwaZulu-Natal. WWF-SA focuses many of its portfolio of projects on securing South Africa's strategic water source areas, be they projects on fresh water, protected areas, agriculture, or climate change. These areas of the landscape deliver over 50% of South Africa's fresh water to downstream economies, while making up only 10% of the country's land cover. WWF-SA has been working tirelessly towards mobilizing water stewardship partnerships in these strategic water source areas throughout the country, bringing together communities, private sector companies, and government departments to tackle the water challenges.
South Africa is a water-scarce country. So on one hand, you have the demand for water increasing due to urbanization, population growth, and also due to production increases. On the other hand, you have the availability of water being diminished. And this is due to climate change effects, it's due to the pollution of our freshwater bodies, and it's also due to the mismanagement of our water supplies. So recognizing the supply-demand issues and the significant impact that this can have on our operations, Sappi felt very strongly about prioritizing Sustainable Development Goal 6, which is access to clean water and sanitation.
Thanks to Sappi's significant manufacturing and forestry footprint in this catchment area, it makes sense for Sappi to focus its collaborative efforts here, where its Sycor mill and 42,000 hectares of its forestry land is situated. The underdeveloped uMkhomazi catchment serves commercial farmers, subsistence farmers, and domestic users in dispersed settlements across the area, but it faces extensive development changes soon. To meet the future needs of all users, sufficient water at an acceptable level of assurance and quality must be secured.
If you look at the word stewardship, it's really about embracing this area and the environment that you're in, really understanding your footprint on that environment and reducing it actively to remain sustainable. This water stewardship program will enable us to improve water governance in this catchment by forming community public-private partnerships.
One of the most important outcomes that we work towards in WWF is securing strategic water source areas. But we as WWF cannot do that on our own. We need to work through partnerships. This is why we're really excited to team up with Sappi to work in the Southern Drakensberg strategic water source area, and more specifically in the uMkhomazi catchment, to try and strengthen governance and management of water resources together, by working not just on their forestry land holdings and together with their mill that's further downstream, but to work beyond the boundaries of Sappi.
This collaboration with WWF is actually a sign of our commitment to SDG 6, as this collaboration is to ensure adequate water supply for all key stakeholders.
From a forestry perspective, Sappi recognizes that its plantations can have an impact in the uMkhomazi catchment and on freshwater ecosystems, such as wetlands and rivers. So, we promote water stewardship as a key part of our forestry management and make every effort to reduce the impacts of our forestry activities on water resources. The opportunity for green jobs through the partnerships focus on alien invasive plant clearing is also fully aligned with Sappi's commitment to enterprise and supply development that promotes sustainable livelihoods through capacity building of small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs.
Through this partnership, it allows us to improve our understanding of the water resource needs of the catchment. Part of us managing our water resources is also caring for the environment that surrounds those resources. This program has a huge component of multi-stakeholder engagement. During those engagements, as plantation forestry, we will have an opportunity to address some of the misconceptions that exist about plantation water use. It also gives us an opportunity to highlight the many initiatives that we are already undertaking to protect our water resources.
So from a prosperity point of view, all these actions that we take to have a positive impact on the environment, to have a positive social impact, will go a long way in creating value for our customers, creating value for the textile value chain, as well as positioning Sappi and Verve as the fibre of choice.
And as we all know, water is life. Both us as humans and the environment need water to survive.